Racing, racing and more racing coming right at you, the Minimoto 14 class, Jake.
Yep, Taylor Tomlinson and Preston Baker on the front row from Sebastian Gazlowski and Mason Fedrick. Then Perkins and Cousins, and we're off and away. And a fabulous start already out of the blocks for Taylor Tomlinson. And it looks as though Fedrick has definitely had his Weetabix ahead of this one. He's up to third position and he's already challenging Gazlowski to try and move his way into second position. Big lunge on the inside from Josh Perkins. He tried to get up the inside line to make that move count. And around the outside, Fedrick is going to have a bit of pressure here. Was that Logan Cousins getting on the throttle pretty handy? As out in front, Taylor Tomlinson making the bid. There is Fedrick now in second position, and that is the 71 of Bradley Curtis, in fact, going very wide to make the move around the outside of Gazlowski. So it is Bradley Curtis that is stepping up and paying attention here in the duel with Fedrick.
Conditions have changed slightly, a little bit damper than it was earlier, but again, Tomlinson is the man out front, well clear. Mason Fedrick pictured there, the man from Newbury, running second.
The pace setter is still Taylor Tomlinson, but it's definitely shuffled on the first lap. It's going to be a very tough race, and on the inside, Bradley Curtis gets the run on Mason Fedrick. The timing screen has not quite caught up with the state of play, but I tell you what, that was brave. Lap 2, cold tyres, needing a burst of confidence, and look at Curtis. He's going to try and go right around the outside of Taylor Tomlinson. He wants to win this one in the opening couple of laps, and he is going to commit to it. Tomlinson has had a major wake-up call here. There was a bit of a twitch of hesitation for Bradley Curtis. It's enough for Fedrick to get back into second place, but we've got a race on our hands now.
Well, I thought Tomlinson was well clear, but something must have happened. This is the battle for the lead, 3 of a minute. Tomlinson was well out front. He's obviously had a moment and had to correct the bike maybe, and the other two are all over him now.
Look at Bradley Curtis. He's able to take the long, wide line to get himself tightened up on the radius again. Hugs the apex for the inside of the next left-hander, and he's through in a second place past Mason Fedrick, and now he's got the confidence. Right, I'm into P2. I can go after Taylor Tomlinson. No man is unbeatable. I can make this happen. Gazlowski in fifth position, now behind Logan Cousins. And look at that, sweeping round the outside of Luna. Taylor Tomlinson has been vanquished by Bradley Curtis, who has absolutely stormed it. And here comes Tomlinson back again. He got a great throttle application out of Luna, and they are swapping the lead between the 3 of them.
What a race. You were saying earlier, Jake, the conditions are a great leveler, and here we go, another change for the lead. Fantastic stuff.
When was the last time at Three Sisters in any form of racing that you had 3 lead changes in 3 consecutive corners? I can't remember the last time I saw that at Three Sisters. Absolutely terrific, and that's in any form of motorsport, never mind in mini bikes. So Curtis now leads Tomlinson and Mason Fedrick. They're having an absolute squabble, and this is terrific from Bradley Curtis. He has shown his rivals a clean pair of heels.
Fantastic race. The riders going through the picture further down the field, but this is the race for the lead. Curtis holding his own against a rider that won comfortably in the earlier race, but that's all about the conditions, Jake.
Bradley Curtis, you little dancer. This is terrific, the way he's worked his way into the lead. He's got to be a little bit tentative every time he comes through each of these little curves now, because Tomlinson and Fedrick are going to have the wick turned up. The dial is going to be high and handsome. So is this going to be Taylor Tomlinson's bid to come back through on Bradley Curtis? Well, Fedrick is actually going to get a better run on Taylor Tomlinson out of the final turn. No, you don't. I've got second place, and I was the winner earlier on. I'm not going to let Bradley Curtis get away with this. Don't even think about getting past me into second, Mason, says Taylor Tomlinson. This is a proper little duel, and for the moment, Bradley Curtis has got the confidence to keep the lead in front of Tomlinson and Fedrick.
Yeah, we have a lot of mini bike racing on our YouTube channel. It tends to drive the channel. I can feel another 1 million views coming on for this race when it goes on there after it's been broadcast, that's for sure.
I can't disagree. Curtis, Tomlinson and Fedrick. They've already checked out as well from Logan Cousins, Josh Perkins and Sebastian Gazlowski. It's as though we've lost the live timing for the moment. That shows you how tricky the weather conditions are. Even live timing can't keep up. Here we go. Tomlinson's got a good run off the turn. Is he going to make this into the lead? He is! Oh my goodness! That was terrific from Taylor Tomlinson. No, he's not! Curtis has held it round the outside. Tomlinson now dives into the first corner to try and take the lead back. No, you don't! Bradley Curtis holds on. This is epic. One of the best mini bike races I have seen for such a long time.
Yeah, it's been, what, 4 or 5 years since we filmed. The 12 bike going through the shot is Archie Hooper, back of the field. Well, looks like he's got some pace, to be fair. I think, has he crashed and got back on? Who knows?
He's definitely looking quicker than he was earlier on. So again, that adage of just continue to learn through the day. Tomlinson, he's on a rocket ship as he blasts past Bradley Curtis. He stormed out of Luna Bend and absolutely monsters the throttle down the Conrad straight. That's enough to get back through on Bradley Curtis. Curtis is not giving up. He's still got plenty of opportunity to get back into this one. He comes off the turn, gets a back flick on the throttle. Watch for Mason Fedrick. They nearly go 3 wide into the first bend, and Fedrick just has to concede behind Bradley Curtis for the moment. Curtis trying again.
They all fancy the job, don't they? You can just tell from the body language. Taylor Tomlinson, fastest man on the track, but they all fancy the job here, no doubt.
If any one of those riders makes a mistake, it's up to the other two to keep it together. Cousins in 4th, Perkins in 5th, Gazlowski in 6th position ahead of Rex Austin, Preston Baker, who's really struggled in this race, to be fair to him, and Archie Hooper in 9th position. But hopefully Baker is going to take the plaudits from his earlier result, and he can build on that going into the next weekend. But this is magic stuff. Tomlinson, Curtis, Fedrick, and Mason Fedrick still thinks the victory is on here for him, and we haven't seen his big lunge yet, but he's certainly putting Bradley Curtis under a lot of pressure as they come off the final turn and down the home straight once again. The last lap board is out. Here we go.
Has Tomlinson done enough, Jake? I think he might have done 4 or 5 bike lengths. Is that enough? The man in 2nd place doesn't think so. He still fancies it, no doubt.
And Mason Fedrick just needs to stay hungry behind the pair of them, and this could be on. Logan Cousins is there in 4th position, hoping for something. Bradley Curtis needs a good run off Luna. It is a good run off Luna. He's not quite close enough to Taylor Tomlinson to make the bid yet, but if he gets him into the next right-hander, he has a chance, but he's just too far back. Look, Taylor Tomlinson has finally opened up the can of worms of confidence. This is absolutely superb now from him.
Yeah, Tomlinson, when it's mattered, has opened up the taps and put the distance between himself and 2nd place. And it's for 2nd place now between these two. And it's Tomlinson that's going to take the win again.
Superb in the final stretch. Tomlinson is going to have it. Is Fedrick going to snatch 2nd on the line? We haven't had the update from the timing screen yet. Taylor Tomlinson got the win. I couldn't quite make out whether it was Curtis ahead of Fedrick or the other way around. We're going to have to wait for the timing screen to update. It is Curtis who just gets there in front of Mason Fedrick. How close was it between the two of them? Look at that, just a couple of hundredths of a second in it, really. Tomlinson, Curtis and Fedrick from Logan Cousins in P4, Josh Perkins, Sebastian Gazlowski, and then Rex Austin from Preston Baker and Archie Hooper. One of the most thrilling of the races we have had so far here today, and hopefully the sign of things to come for these riders.